If you want to get into crypto, but you've got no idea where to start, this is going to be the video for you. Because I'm going to break down all the steps, how to buy some crypto, how to find these cryptos, how to know which ones are good or bad, how to sell them, very important, and all that in a very beginner-friendly manner. So if you're interested in that, make sure you press that like button. And I think even people who've already bought their first crypto could still enjoy this, but make sure you watch it all the way through, because if you miss a step, things can go wrong pretty quickly. Now, excuse my handwriting here as I'm just trying, right? But I think to establish how to get started with crypto, we've got to first quickly cover what are these cryptos. And the simplest answer is it's digital money that not one single person or one single company controls. Crypto have the unique property that they can never be taken away from you and that you can transact with anybody that you want. So, for example, if I've got a cousin in Australia, there's no bank, there's no person I've got to talk to be able to send my cousin money as long as I've got his address, not his postal address, his crypto address. We'll get into that in just a second. And so that's what we often call a decentralized currency. There's not one single authority like with the US dollar, the US government, that controls everything. It's a lot of different people, a lot of different computers around the whole world that keep a record of whether or not a transaction is valid. So it's a combination effort of a lot of different entities, a lot of different people. And now you've got a very good split of a ton of different cryptocurrencies. And the reason there are so many is because some have different features than others. It's just as simple as that. Some might be faster than the other one, but they might not have the same capabilities as the other. And that's why there's tens of thousands. Some are just there to make money. Some are there to try to change the world. Some are there just to be a complement to another. And you don't have to know or remember all these different cryptos. Matter of fact, you don't need to remember any single crypto's name because there are entire lists dedicated to keeping track. Here's, for example, CoinMarketCap. There are multiple of these websites that keep track of most of the important cryptos. Here you can see just 100. And whenever I talk to new people trying to get into crypto, I always recommend to just go for some of the biggest ones. It's easier, it's safer, and as you understand the space more, you can diversify away from this top list. And so for all the beginners, I'll give you a very quick rundown of what a couple of these most famous ones do. Bitcoin is the most well-known one. The pros and cons are it's the OG, it's the oldest, the real deal when it comes to crypto. Negative side is it's pretty expensive to send it around. Might cost you a few dollars to a few tens of dollars to send transactions, and it's relatively slow to send around. Ethereum is the most popular platformer. I know that might be quite challenging to grasp, but a platformer being like a cell phone, for example. On your phone or your mobile phone, you've got a lot of applications, right? Well, Ethereum, you can kind of see as a phone, but also as the currency for that phone. So a lot of other currencies, or a lot of apps sort of, are built on Ethereum. Well, at the same time, if you want to use it, you're going to need some Ethereum. And the apps on the phone could be ranging from left all the way to right. There's so much different stuff on there. USDT is a very confusing one to a lot of people, and it's basically just like the dollar, but then a crypto version of it. And that's because if you, for example, want to use dollars on this Ethereum platform, which, by the way, is also just another coin, but it can also act as a platform. And it's not really a phone, it's just an analogy. You can't use real dollars on there because it doesn't exist on the platform. Let's just, again, hypothesize the phone. Dollars, in theory, on this specific phone might not exist, but I do have these phone dollars. If you understand my drift, let's say we take Apple, for example. Maybe Apple doesn't want to work with real dollars, but they want to work with Apple dollars. They still have the value of a dollar, but they're issued by Apple themselves. The simple point here is just, if you want to use a dollar in a crypto world, you're going to have to find a company that takes a real dollar in their inventory and puts it on this crypto and basically backs it 1-to-1. And so this is just a dollar you can use in the crypto ecosystem. XRP is extremely cheap to send, extremely fast. Not as much a platformer, but they're one of the most interestingly proper regulated cryptos because they won a lawsuit against the SEC. Solana is pretty much like Ethereum, but faster. Then again, having some other negative sides we don't have to worry about too much today. And Dogecoin is very well known for being more of a joke. It was made for fun, and the price performance for the most part is just based on jokes and giggles and fun. And all the way up here in this little list, you can see just how much money is in the entirety of crypto, about $1.5 trillion right now, down 6% today. And in front of you on the screen, you can see so many different numbers. Here's the hourly performance, the daily performance, how much money is going around every day, how much these currencies are worth in total, how much is done in 7 days from the all-time high, how many coins will exist as of this point, how many coins will ever exist is the 21 million number. But so you have a good idea of what is a crypto. So how do you buy it? Well, depending on which country you're in, this is going to be severely different. And you're going to have to make yourself an account at a crypto exchange. My exchange of choice is Bybit. I just trust them the most. Met up with the CEO multiple times. I like a lot of the people that work there. I trust them the most, and I think trust is extremely important with an exchange, especially if you're going to keep your money on there. But the thing is, a lot of countries are not allowed on there because the US, for example, has annoying rules about crypto. And so if you can make an account and you can KYC, meaning you can verify that you're not an American with an ID, etc., and this is by far the best place to go for, in my opinion. And you can just make an account with the link down below. And I highly recommend to make it with the link down below because of additional hundreds or sometimes thousands of dollars you can get in bonuses for free. It's a win-win situation. Without a referral link, your reward is going to be so much less, which is why I always recommend, not only to support the channel, but also for your own benefit, obviously, to use that link. And I think this QR might also hopefully send you to the right place if you do not like pressing links down below. And make sure it says 17489 for your additional bonuses. Anyway, once you've just registered yourself, I don't have to take you through those steps. It's just a matter of how I'd make any account. You know, you put in an email, put in a password, and that's about it. You're gonna have to go over to your profile, probably up there somewhere, and make sure they'll ask for like KYC. It means know your customer. They basically want you to upload your ID, you know, take a picture of it or whatever it says in those steps to make sure you're not in a country where it's not allowed to trade. And once you've done that, head over to the top left. On the phone, it looks different, but it's basically the same thing. And I get people telling me often that it's really difficult, but it's just overwhelming how many buttons there are. It's not actually hard if you know what they mean. And so there's a button on the top that says trade. And obviously we want to trade, so we go there. Depending on how easy we want to make it for ourselves, we could go to convert or to spot trading. But there's one issue. You might have noticed we don't yet have fiat being, you know, your normal currencies in the account just quite yet. So we've got to do that first. And like you would have already guessed, to buy crypto to get started, we go to buy crypto. And there's a couple different options, but I'd recommend to just go for one-click buy. And again, I'm not your financial advisor, but these are just my thoughts and what I think works pretty nicely. So for example, I'm based in Dubai, and let's say I wanted to spend, you know, 10,000 dirham on getting myself some USDT, which are again these crypto dollars, or I'd like to buy some Ethereum, for example. I'd just do it accordingly. And then I could just go through the steps to buy it with, for example, a credit or debit card. It's one of the easiest ways out there. And this trade section is more so if you've already got some crypto that you initially just bought to be able to buy and sell other ones. But once more, if you're a complete beginner, I'd say this whole just buying it directly section is so much easier. And if you wanted to see how much crypto you've got in your account, all you have to do is go to assets, and then there's a couple different accounts you've got. Funding being for things like the crypto card. You can have like a debit card that you can spend your crypto on, which is really convenient for somebody that's not a big fan of banks. You've got spot, which is just where most of your crypto is going to be. Derivatives is if you want to trade with leverage. This is for more advanced. And then some other sort of derivatives. Again, don't worry about those for now. Earn is like sort of a savings account in there. And don't worry about the other two for right now either. But now that we're in the spot section of our account, if, by the way, for some reason you want to put crypto into your account, take it out, or take money from your spot to your funding account for whatever reason, all of those buttons can be found on the right of this website. Deposit is to put crypto in, withdrawals to take crypto out, transfer is to transfer between accounts, and convert is an easy way to take one crypto and trade it to another. But now we've got to head over into this whole spot debacle right here to actually see how you buy some different coins. But you can also, obviously, like I just said, check out Convert. It's very easy. If you click on it, you'll probably find it out pretty quickly how that works. And it's not bad to make mistakes here. If you, for example, fund your account with just $100 or so, the worst thing you could lose is $100. So I'm just saying, even if you do make a mistake, and it's a costly one, it's only what you put in. So if you really want to test things out and you do not want to be able to mess things up, you can always start slow. Because I'm telling you, here's where things might get a little bit more difficult. I've got a full Bybit tutorial on my channel, and I highly recommend to check that one out. And if you guys want more tutorials about how these exchanges work, let me know. But I'm gonna do a quick explainer, and then I'll talk about what I think you should do. That's easier. But on the left here is all the different currencies you can buy. On the top here, this section is which currency you're buying it or selling it to. So for example here, if I bought dollars in step 1 with this buy crypto feature, then right now I'd want to sell those dollars for some other currency like Bitcoin. And then all the way over on the right now I'm in, I want to buy, so I want to sell some dollars for Bitcoin. I want to buy some Bitcoin. Here I put the price that I want to buy at. And the reason it says limit is because this is the maximum amount I'd like to pay. Then I put how many Bitcoin or how many dollars worth of Bitcoin I'd like to buy. Then I press buy. If you don't want to mess around with limit, you just want to buy some right now, press market, insert, hey, I want to buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. You press buy Bitcoin and boom, we just bought $100 worth of Bitcoin. It's as simple as that. If I wanted to sell it, I'd go to sell right there. I'd say, hey, I want to sell 0.0001 Bitcoin or whatever. Press sell and boom, it's sold. I'm just quickly going over it because some people might have been really confused about it. It's pretty straightforward, but I do think this other method is a little bit easier. For the sake of convenience, I just put $10,000 in the account to show you guys how it works. As I said, you're gonna have to press here whichever account your money is in. You can easily transfer between these, but sometimes it is a little bit funky. It might accidentally be in your derivatives or your funding account. Remember your balances, you just press the transfer button to transfer between accounts if necessary. Or you could just find it here, right? You could just say, hey, oh, it's in derivatives. Oh, right. There's $4,000 in there, for example, right now, which I didn't even know because I don't use this account. And in funding, there's like, hey, money jackpot. It's like finding money in your pocket. That's kind of interesting. I have an account that I only use for my videos, so I didn't know that I still had some money left here. Anyway, so if we go to spot, for example, and I want to buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, I can press, hey, I have $100. I want to buy some Bitcoin worth, get a quote. We press the button and it says here, hey, they charge 0 fee because it's very little, and I don't think they charge fees on this convert. This is how much Bitcoin I'd get. Do I want it? I have 10 seconds. I press confirm. We quickly wait, or I guess we wait just the normal speed because it's not really that quick. It took like 10 seconds or so, which is actually pretty long, but hey. And now you can see conversion complete. And now if I were to go back to my assets right here and go to spot, I'd be able to find my 0.002 or whatever Bitcoin that I just bought. And if you wanted to sell, you just, instead of pressing dollars, you'd press Bitcoin or whatever currency you'd have back to dollars. And with regards to withdrawal, you can see if you go to withdraw, it's as simple as that. You press fiat withdrawal because you want to withdraw actual currencies, not crypto. And you just go through the steps on this page. It's as simple as that. I don't know what else to tell you. And you can see I pressed euros here and it just says, hey, you want to do bank transfer? So I probably press that. I've actually never done this before in my life because I don't feel the need to cash out cryptos to fiat like that. I'd prefer to get more crypto, but hey, that's just me. I am putting out the option there for people that want to. So now the question comes, which cryptos? Hey, because we understand how to buy, how to sell, where to find them, where to buy and sell. So just about which ones. And honestly, as I said before, personally, I'd stick to the main ones, the ones that are pretty easy to just hold for the next couple of years. The lower in the rankings you go, the riskier things get. And I've made tons of videos explaining why certain coins that are lower on this list will probably make you way more money, but it's more of a risk and more difficult. So as you just buy your first batch of cryptos, you'll start to understand the rest if you want to. But I can personally say it's nice to just buy some Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum. I'm going to pick a few here. Buy some XRP, buy some Solana, buy some AVAX. For for the sake of fun, just buy yourself some Dogecoin, some Chainlink, for example, and some Injective, for example, one of the coins I'm extremely excited about. And then again, you can reevaluate this in, oh, sorry, I had the QR there the whole time. My bad. You can reevaluate this any day. You can always sell them again and buy something else. It's not like you're stuck forever. There's no contract keeping you in for the rest of your life. But this is just to give you an idea of which ones I think are pretty juicy. And then you go from there. You can just sit there, buy 50 coins instead of just like 10 or whatever. I've said it many times that I think if you're starting now, if you're a complete beginner, it's not hard to double your money within the next couple years because the market is really good for it. If you're willing to put in a little bit more effort, I think most people are going to be able to turn $1,000 into, let's say, 8,000, something like that. A little bit more advanced will probably be able to turn $1,000 into the $20,000 region if they're willing to take some risks. There is a risk of ending up with zero there. And some of the ones that get really lucky will be able to turn $1,000 into a few million. It happens. It really does happen. I'm not joking. But what I just explained to you is one of the safer strategies to go for, to not have too much stress, not have to look at it every single day, and still be involved in crypto. If you want more specific tips, you might just want to watch my other videos where I go more in depth about which coins for which sector, all that type of stuff. I've done tier lists. I've done a lot of cool videos. You just might have to check those out. And if you want daily trading videos, you might want to check out Dusty Trades. I've left a link to the channel in the description down below. It's where we give some trading updates every single day, which I highly recommend you guys to check out. But yeah, that was my little starting guide, how to get started with crypto. I could have made this 2 hours long, but I think if it's short and concise, a lot more people are gonna spend the time to quickly watch it and get into it. If there's anything else you'd like to learn about or more info you'd like on a certain topic, let me know down below. And I said at the start, every exchange you choose is going to be different, for different people around the globe because every country has their own rules. I personally use Bybit and US people can't use it. You might want to look into using something like Coinbase, but the problem with every exchange is some exchanges have different coins on there or might charge you higher fees or this or that. But I'd say as a start, if Bybit is not an option to you, check out Coinbase. It's very easy. And the interface is going to be slightly different, but it will probably come down for the most part to what I just explained to you, if not easier. But if you're really confused, then don't put any money on there. Just kind of look around. And once you've figured out the buttons, then put your $100 in, see how it works, and then put the big bucks. Or if you want a tutorial for specifically Coinbase or for another exchange, let me know and I might get to it. That was my beginner tutorial. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and let me know down below what type of video you'd like to see next. And as I said, I'll get to it.